I've missed my last two weekly weigh-ins, and I didn't want to wait until Sunday to do my next one, so here it is. I'm currently on a walk. I'm only going to walk about 2 miles, just about a mile out and a mile back, and I'll talk about why I'm only walking 2 miles in just a minute. But it's a beautiful day today. The temperature's between 65 and 70 degrees, not much wind, and I really wanted to take the opportunity to get out on a walk on one of the probably last few days of the year that's going to be this nice. I think this walk may really help me. I've been kind of lacking motivation lately. I apologize for the road noise behind me, but I've only got 2 miles to get in everything I want to talk about, so hope it's not too distracting. I think this walk is going to help. I just haven't been motivated lately, and I'll get into that also in a few minutes. But I just really want to get out on the walk, get some exercise, burn a few calories, and hopefully pick up my spirits a little bit. I haven't been walking much at all lately. In fact, I haven't really been doing much productively lately at all. So yeah, I'm hoping this walk helps, and I think it's kind of my first attempt to get back into the swing of things. One of the reasons that I haven't been very active lately is because I injured my back. So about 2 weeks ago, I was doing some painting. I was painting some plywood that I had laying on the ground. This was for part of my basement gym remodel. I wasn't doing it for very long, but apparently it was long enough to strain my back, because as soon as I got done, my back was sore, and it was even worse the next day. So that day I put some ice on it and it felt better. I was like, okay, good, it was a little sore, so we're past that. But a couple days later, the pain came back, and it's been off and on painful over the past couple weeks. So today I did a little research into lower back strain recovery time, and from what I'm reading, it could take anywhere from a couple days to a couple weeks, which is where I am now, or even a couple months to fully heal. So obviously I'm getting a little more serious about treating it properly. So after doing some research on recommended treatments, I came up with a bunch of things that I'm going to try. The first is taking an anti-inflammatory like ibuprofen or aspirin. I've been taking ibuprofen, but really only when the pain gets worse or bad, and I was a little hesitant to take it more often, just because I didn't want the pain to go away and then I do something that might re-aggravate it. But from what I'm reading, it's best to just reduce the inflammation first. So I'm going to be a little more consistent, I think, with taking that over the next couple days. I took some ibuprofen right before this walk, and it does feel pretty good right now. And actually walking is the second thing. I read that it's good to walk, to stay active. That keeps things moving, keeps things functional. And I agree with that 100%, because I notice if I sit for any length of time, or I'm stationary for a while, that it tends to stiffen up and it's difficult to get up or get out of the car. So I'm gonna stay active hence this walk. But I really don't want to overdo it, which is why I'm only walking 2 miles right now. And speaking of which, I think this is about the 1 mile mark. So I'm going to turn around here. Also, I have to go to the bathroom, so my pace may quicken as I head back. The third thing is ice, applying ice. Now I did that the day after it hurt, but I only did it that one time. I did it the day after I hurt it, but I only did it that one time. From what I'm reading, you really should do it more often, like apply ice for 10 to 20 minutes at a time at regular intervals throughout the day. So basically, I'm gonna have to restart that process, but that should help reduce the inflammation. And then after ice and reducing the inflammation, they say to apply heat, like a heat pad, and that should help increase circulation and improve the healing. So I'm going to do that after the ice. And the last thing is avoiding or modifying activities that might make it worse or aggravate it. Earlier today, I did some shopping, and my car is manual, it's a stick shift, and I could feel the pressure, kind of the soreness in my lower back every time I had to push in the clutch. I don't think I need to do any more driving for the next couple days, so that's good. But I got to remember this because, I almost took this walk out at a park, which would have meant, I'd have to drive out there. I just wasn't thinking. So that's why I'm just walking on this path. But I'm going to try to avoid any activity, at least for the next several days, that might aggravate it. Anyway, hopefully it heals up quickly, as long as I start taking care of it properly, and I can get back to weightlifting and doing everything else I want to do. Let's see. Oh, I also wanted to give a basement home gym update. Before hurting my back, I made tons of progress on my basement gym. I was able to remove the old walls that were there and expand into more of the basement. So I increased the square footage by, I think it was about like 2.5 times. There's still a lot more work that I need to do down there, but I started setting up the new equipment and the old equipment in the new space. So it's almost functional at this point. I've said this before, hopefully I follow through soon, but I want to do an update video on the gym and show the progress that I've made and just what else I need to do, and also like my plans for the future. I'm not gonna be able to complete everything soon. I think it's going to be an ongoing project probably for the next several months, but again, hopefully I can do an update video soon. So there's a little bit too much road noise back there when I walked onto the highway, and then it got pretty windy, so I don't think you'd be able to hear me talking. Anyway, I'm walking a little bit more than 2 miles, which I think I'm okay. My back feels pretty good. Really, the last thing that I wanted to talk about, and probably the most important, is over the last couple weeks, I've been lacking weight loss motivation. And it'd be easy for me to blame it on my back because it's occurred around the same amount of time the last couple weeks. But I don't think that's the whole problem. And I'm honestly not sure what the whole problem is. Before I started the demolition on the basement, taking the basement walls out, I was on a roll. I was feeling really good. I was lifting weights almost every day. It just felt good. But then, you know, I did the demolition and hurt my back, so I guess it's possible that it's a combination of those two things. That's kind of, you know, taking my eye off the prize, you know, kind of got me in a funk. I don't know. But it's really not just that. I haven't been eating well. I know that eating mostly vegan helps my joints, and my joints do feel off lately because there have been several bacon cheeseburgers in my recent past. So I don't really know. Maybe it's just a combination of all those things. I don't know. It's why I'm really hoping that once I get the gym set up at least enough that I can lift weights, heal my back, you know, that maybe my mood improves from there. But I'm not gonna let things just play out by themselves, you know, just cross my fingers and hope they work out. So I'm actively putting together a plan to get myself back in the swing of things. I know the things that have worked for me in the past, and some things that I've learned more recently. So I'm going to be making I'll pick this up in a second. I just can't catch a break today. So where was I? So yeah, I'm not just gonna hope that everything works out. So I'm putting together a plan. I've gone back through some of my old videos. I've written out a bunch of things that I know work for me, and I feel like it's helping to actually write it out on paper and really think about why some of these things really work for me. And I do plan to make a video detailing all these things, not only for myself, so I think it'll be helpful, but maybe there are other people out there that are in the same kind of position right now. Maybe you've fallen off the wagon, or you're trying to lose weight and it's not working, or you're just looking for some other ideas. Look out for that video in the near future. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna wrap up this video before, I don't know, a meteor comes crashing through or something. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Unless my next video is like my last video, my grocery haul, which I only put the music, I didn't do any talking. But assuming my next video is not like that video, I'll talk to you in the next video.